Hey everybody, what is going on? It's Jesse. I'm here with my friend and my client really in the Modern Man program, Kyle Evans. So Kyle, how's it going, man?
Good, good, doing well.
Good stuff. How's it going down in Texas? I'm here in New York, obviously.
It's a beautiful day, man. It's sunny and not 75, but it's it's freaking hot. But hey, it's Texas.
Yeah, we were just chatting off camera about how like it's hot here in New York, but I'm not used to it because it's been kind of chilly, but you are probably used to it at this point. Where in Texas are you again?
Abilene, it's about smack dab in the middle of the state, pretty much. It's
Cool.
just so big. It's so big here. The best way to describe it, it's 180 miles west of Dallas, 200 miles north of Austin. This is so big.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't been down there yet, but when I do, we are going to have to link up for a workout.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
some of the other Texas guys can join us. But
Mhm.
yeah, man, excited to have you on. I really appreciate you, like I said before, kind of, jumping on to do this quick kind of interview and just share your story really about what your experience has been like in the Modern Man program so far, because I feel like a lot of people can resonate with it. And
Mhm.
we'll get into kind of all that and kind of your journey and your story. But pretty much when we kind of connected and we met about, what was it, 2 years ago now? Maybe a little bit more even.
Yeah,
Um,
right
you
around
were,
2 years. Yeah.
yep, I think it was summer of 2017 maybe. So you were already working out, right? You were already, somewhat active and working out in the gym, I believe. And uh, and you just wanted to take it really to the next level, and you wanted to really dial things in, and you
Mhm.
just knew you were capable of more, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And fast forward to today, you've probably got the what mostly resembles a six pack that you've had in
Mhm.
your entire life. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Good stuff,
amazing.
man. Yeah, so we'll kind of chat over that and what that journey has been like for you. But do you want to tell me a little bit about, what your fitness was like before we kind of met? Before you joined the program.
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of always been active. I mean, I was always like, I played baseball growing up, played volleyball in high school, a little bit in college, and but I mean, other than like, I'm sorry,
And the army.
in the army, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
had to stay active in the army, yeah. But no, but like afterwards, like especially when I got out of the army, it was fitness was um, kind of secondary to life. And especially in college, I'd work out here and there, but of course I was always uh, after like the next party or whatever, and never really took it serious.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until about yeah, it was about I joined the gym I'm at now in November of 2014. Started working out here and there, and wasn't until June 1st of 2015 I really realized I needed to take it a step further because my weight was going up. I think the highest I was at like 226,
Wow.
and at the time I was sitting there thinking, man, I'm getting buff, because even when it was secondary, now every guy wants to get bigger, get more muscular, and until I took a hard look in the mirror, it's like, oh, I'm just fat.
That is a
And
an unfortunate realization.
yeah, and one of these days I'll when I want to do like a side by side picture that you do, and so I started doing like beachbody stuff and started going to the gym and started watching my diet more and actually lost, I think it was 25, 30 pounds, something like that. But and I was going to the gym for 4 or 5 days a week and doing these at home programs. But I mean, this is all what I was looking up. I researched a good diet and it's like, I'll just eat these foods, not these food. But you know, um, you can only get so far on your own.
Yeah.
And then, so I pretty much plateaued for almost 2 straight years
Got it.
and just couldn't get over that final hump.
Yeah. So you were pretty much, what I recall is like you said, you were actively trying to lose some weight, lose some body fat. And you did once you started to kind of change your lifestyle, you did lose some initial weight. And then it was kind of a challenge of getting through that plateau of once you kind of stopped losing some weight, if I understand correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are in that situation. Maybe some people who end up watching this are saying, to themselves the same thing. Like, I'll just go to the gym more, or a lot of people, what I hear them say is, I'll just eat clean now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck does that mean? There's really no strategy to it. It's just like, I feel like people, when they say to themselves, I'm going to eat clean, it's almost like they're just saying, I'm just going to make a conscious effort to not eat junk food. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice to do, but there's like no real strategy to it.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Yeah, thanks for that kind of background and that insight. So like at that point then, you had lost some initial weight, you were still actively trying, some Beachbody at home workouts, some, trying to eat clean a little bit. What goals were you working towards at that time then, once you had lost some initial weight?
Well, I mean, I was just trying to go for that 6-pack, pretty much. I mean, it was all about looks.
Like 99% of us.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't until that's pretty much what it was. I mean, and just wanted to be different from everybody, because where I'd be careful. I say it's where I work, and in this world, unhealthy is the way to go because it's the easy way out. So I was trying to just set myself apart from everybody else. But when you only do it on your own, you can only hold yourself accountable for so long.
Yeah.
And of course, every so often I give in to I'd have a drunken weekend here and there, or I'd go and it's like, oh, I'll just go to McDonald's here and there, but
Yeah.
that was pretty much it. You can't get a 6-pack or look good while doing all that. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it was. I mean, I didn't know I had to lose all that weight. So when I did, I had looked different and people were commenting on it. So I was like, oh, so I can do get a 6-pack. It's like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm happy you mentioned that, because I was actually just talking to David as well, another guy in the Modern Man program, about the same thing. Like, the people around you make such a big difference on your results and your transformation. And so many of us, including myself, are surrounded by people who don't give a shit about their health. They don't have the same values as you or me. They don't prioritize, weekly exercise is not part of their routine. And if you're hanging out with them, maybe they're your friends or your coworkers or even your family. Like in my case, like my family's in that boat. Like you're going out to eat with them, and there's resistance for you to get to that 6-pack because everyone around you is eating shit, and there's just a little bit of resistance to make a healthier decision. It's like, the people around you in your community, that's why they make such a big impact on your own results, because it's either they're supporting that goal and that transformation, or they're adding resistance to it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I wanted to create the Modern Man program, because I was in that situation myself, right? Just like you were. Like, we had people around us that weren't sharing those values with us, and like it's kind of a widespread thing. Like and I figured if we could take these guys who want to transform their body, transform their life, be healthier, be shredded, put them in the same community, even if it's online, it's going to help massively. So, and you were one of the first to be in it, and one of the first to be a part of it. So that was awesome.
I think it was just like a random Facebook suggestion. I thought, okay, what the heck, It was just basically program hopping here and there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I was going to ask you, do you recall how you came across me or my page or anything like that?
I think it was just like maybe I don't even know. It's just like a suggestion. I was pulling into my church parking lot actually, and just saw that, and I was like, oh, okay, what the heck, I'm
That's a
signed up for
sign.
it.
Pulling into church and pulling up Rose Fitness.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Whatever. And then it was like, I think it was afterwards. It was like, I got the notification. You've been accepted into this program. It's like, okay, cool.
I think if I recall, I think what that was I was doing like a week-long challenge where I was
Yeah,
going to share like the intermittent fasting strategies.
yeah,
And you were in that group.
yeah.
And you and a few of the other guys who are still in there, I think Dustin was in that group.
I was in it.
A few of the
Manuel
other,
was in it. Yeah.
yeah. And you guys ended up moving forward and
Yeah.
not just doing that free week-long group
Mhm.
challenge, but joining the actual Modern Man
Yeah.
program, which is I'm so glad that you
Yeah.
guys did because it's been
Yeah.
awesome. Literally, it's crazy to think about, but me and you have pretty much chatted online and been in contact pretty much every day,
Pretty
almost
much. Yeah.
I'd say, for
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Um, so cool. And so then, kind of going off that, what like, why did you decide to then invest? Like take the leap and actually invest in yourself and join the program, the Modern Man program, because to be honest, a lot of people when they decide I want to get fit, I want to get in shape, I want to lose weight, they will try to do everything on their own, like you said that you did. You tried a bunch of stuff on your own, um, but they don't think that it's necessary to actually shell out some money for that, right? I'll just go to the gym more. I'll just eat clean. I'll just do
Mhm.
a detox or whatever. Like what made you actually take the leap and actually invest in yourself and coaching?
Honestly, it was how hands-on you were. It wasn't like, in your daily post is like, hey, do this, do that. No, you filmed yourself doing it, and then you set up those video calls, and you and I had one, and I was like, that's pretty cool, getting a little one-on-one time, and I was hesitant at first. Okay, if I can join this program, it's probably gonna, it's gonna be money, whatever. And then I think I said no at first, and then
Yeah, I think so.
I did. I'll say it, everybody. I said no at first, and I was like, all right, that's cool, and after that call, you're like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you try this and this and this, a lot of stuff that we're doing now. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess I know a little bit, and I was just going on with my life, and then I was heading back to church again, and sent me a message saying, hey, look, man, I really want you in this program. Really enjoyed it here. What about this price? And the funny thing is the first price you offer, I was like, man, if you slash that in half, I'll take it.
Yeah,
And he did. So I
yeah,
was like, okay, that's what he's doing.
yeah.
So, and then it was, I think after that service, I kind of sent you messages. All right, let's do it. I'm in.
Yeah,
So,
I think a couple days later you ended up like we chatted. It was a good conversation, like kind of cool. Like probably was thinking like, what the hell? I'm getting coaching from someone in New York. Like that's kind of cool. But yeah, we chatted, talked about your goals, talked about where you wanted to be, right? And then you said it wasn't the right time, and
yeah.
a couple days later ended up changing your mind, and I'm glad that we were able to make it work and that you moved forward because you've been awesome. And I think at that point, from what I remember, you hadn't really worked with a coach before, right? You've done some programs, but you hadn't
Uh,
actually had someone coach you or train you before.
I've never, I mean, other than, weightlifting class in high school, yeah, and I've never had accountability ever.
And that just skyrocketed your physique and your results because you were someone obviously capable of, once you had the right blueprints and the right tools and
Yeah.
strategies, like you're perfect at executing them, right?
Yeah.
You literally
Yeah.
do everything. Anything I give you, you do it 100%, which makes my job super easy. Like it's really amazing at how good you are at executing. And you knew that you were capable of doing that, obviously being in the Army, playing sports and all that.
Yeah.
But it really is crazy that someone who's just willing to put in the effort, like once they have the right, guidelines and the right coaching, what they can really like, how much of a difference that can make, which is why, I hire myself a coach. Like, that I have a coach for myself, because I genuinely think that everyone should have one to optimally see the results, that they want to see. So glad that we were able to make that work.
Yeah, me too.
Years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously now it's going really well. So do you want to tell me a little bit about like what has happened for you so far since being in the program?
Well, another thing, I learned other than like nutrition and working out is, the mindset and all that. I didn't really realize like how much that played into a factor. And
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff, you had us read, which is good. And then, set goals. And it's like, okay, well, it's more than just, just say looking good naked, but it's like, the confidence, the like happiness, and just overall feel that has just skyrocketed through the roof. And stuff I really didn't even think about. I was like, wow, okay, yeah, kind of meditation and all that. And then it was just the workouts we've had are like unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. I mean,
I'll take that.
boot camp. Yeah. And like, not just that, it's how you do it. It's like, I would take, basically, time between exercises, rest breaks, like, how you feel going in, how you feel afterwards, and
fine details of things.
Yeah. So, and it was around this time that I started. Actually, it was a year prior. I started getting the mud runs.
Yes.
And then, what was it? Pretty much right at the end of your program, I did my second mudder ever, and I'd been trained for against it, and my performance was just so stinking much better than what had been the previous year. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we started getting towards it. Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, this was a good, wise investment. So I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I mean, everything changed. I mean, it was just, and it wasn't like, and the nutrition, it's like, okay, I just need to eat clean, not eat this. It's like, no, we tried, fasting and all that. It's like, no, stick to these foods, this amount of,
portion sizes and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, keep carbs to the end of the day. So it's like, it was just, the how,
kind of put things together, I suppose. Yeah. So, and I think like, especially being someone who has started from literally when I started the program 2 years ago to what it is now, it's like there's been so many changes, obviously, and you've seen all of that. And also like starting from someone who followed at the very beginning, like the very simple, straightforward strategies, right? Just eat at this time and at this time, right? At the very simple, straightforward intermittent fasting schedule and very simple workouts, to the point where, you saw progress, you saw weight loss, you saw body fat loss, and now to the point where you're at now, which is a very, very advanced nutrition protocol, very, very advanced training protocols, like different training phases, right? Like you have a different phase for a week that you have like a Spartan race or a mud run, right? Because that you perform optimally that way. And like the nutrition that you're doing now is like on another level as compared to when you started 2 years ago. And it's just interesting to see the two sides of things because you've come such a long way. And you've probably, at this point, like, you've probably learned so much that you could, teach it to somebody else. At this point.
I've had a lot of people that I've talked to, like at work or, I've been advising my brother a lot on stuff like that, and it's just like, I can just sit, someone will ask, and it's like, okay, how much time do you got? Because I can talk about all day this and this and this, and it's like, it used to be like, oh no, you got, I try to, inquire you. It's like, no, I'll talk to this guy, but now it's like, oh no, I can actually answer these questions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you've been super helpful in the community. Obviously, we have a private accountability community for the
Mhm.
program, and we're always doing daily tasks that I try to do to keep you guys on track. And like the as you know, like when we first started out, we had a few guys in the program. Now we've got a bunch more guys, and
Mhm.
it's very engaged and very supportive community. Whereas like you're setting a great example for other guys, and you guys are sharing ideas, and you've been an integral part of helping build that up and setting a good example and pretty much showing up every day. Like it's not asking a whole lot, but just showing up.
Mhm.
So I appreciate you for that. I applaud you for
Mhm.
doing that, because it takes discipline to do that.
Mhm.
Um, and I think I'm not sure overall what's happened, but just this year, right? Just 2019, I recently posted a transformation photo of you on
Yeah.
January 1st, and I think it was June, probably 5th or something, like June 1st or something,
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. Today's June 15th. Um, and you've lost, I think it's 18 or maybe now 20 pounds.
20, yeah.
20
Been,
pounds in 6 months.
yeah.
So that's great because you don't have a whole lot of weight to lose.
Yeah.
Uh, and you've achieved 10% body fat.
Mhm. Yeah.
Pretty awesome. That's like the guy's like dream to do is to get, if you can get to 10% body fat, that's perfect.
Yeah. And
So
we ain't done yet.
tell me what that's been like specifically this year, like getting from like maybe around 15% body fat, maybe it was maybe closer to 13 or 14%, and
Yeah.
losing 20 pounds when you're already, not out of shape, but losing that extra 20 pounds just this last 6 months. What's that experience kind of been like?
It's been great. It's like, holy crap, and it's just like, um, it motivates you. It makes you want to keep going. And
It's
I'm
addicting, right? The results?
it's addicting. Yeah. Like I'm obsessed where it's like, I mean, I could, measure, just the obsession is just through the roof. So it's like, okay, well, how much further can I go now? And it's like, and oh, it's you can't put words in it because it's like 4 years ago, I don't know, 2 years ago. I mean, I never would imagine being where I am now. And it's just, it's just something so simple. And I'm glad because it's like 2 years ago when we were doing this, I wanted like now, I
Yeah.
want, okay, let's get it now. Let's get it now. We took baby steps there to get it. So, and, fast forward to now, it's like, some people, they'll go here, they'll go there, or, we'll take a break from my fitness power. It's like, no, I want to know exactly what I'm eating. I want to know exactly, you
Yeah.
know, because like I lost power about a week or so ago, and I had to go out to eat. Freaking hated it because it's like yeah,
Just needed to track what you were eating.
yeah. So it's like I set some goals at the beginning of the year, and I'm just like, I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I knew I'd get to it eventually, but it's like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
Keep
And that's
going.
the thing. Like, I think that's like a lot of things that people don't realize or that they don't want to hear is like to look the way that you are envisioning in your head with a six pack. Like, that's not something that happens in a 12-week program, right? Like, originally, that was the Model Man program is like the first 12 weeks or the first 3 months. You can lose a lot of weight, right? We've had guys this year lose 30 pounds, lose 20 pounds. Like, you can see results fast like that, but to really like build the development and the definition
Mhm.
and really minimize the body fat to where you're at 10%, where you're shooting for 9%, 8%, and to visually have like a six pack, like you've got to set that goal like 2 years in advance. Like that's
Yeah,
a 2-3 year goal.
yeah,
And there's a reason everyone's not walking around with fucking six packs shredded, because 95% of people aren't willing to show up consistently and follow through for 2-3 years, right? You did it, right? I don't think it was complicated for you. I think it was effort, right? You had to
yeah,
train hard. You had to listen to what I said with nutrition and
yeah.
track your
Hmm.
meals or whatever.
Hmm.
But I don't think it was complicated.
No, I think there's a few conversations we've had. You're just like, dude, just be patient. Be patient. It's gonna take a while.
It
'Cause I was,
sucks to hear
I
that.
was- I literally was expecting at the end of the original program to be there. Wasn't, but I was milestone, a lot of steps closer than what I would have been. It's like, all right, so that's what the motivation to keep going. And then I think every time you'd offer something more, it was a little bit more than it was previously. But it's like, okay, well, I've gone this far already.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep going. And then it's like, okay, this is the program now. This is what I'm offering. I'm like, it's more. Okay, well, I've come this far. Let's keep going. So it's like, yeah.
It's
So
almost like the puzzle is coming together, and
yeah.
like you have to truly enjoy the process of
Mm-hmm.
it. Like work, you have to enjoy. Like if you're doing workouts that you hate, good luck long term,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm not saying you have to love your workouts, but
Yeah.
you should be able to tolerate them. And
Yeah.
I find that if you're doing it right, if you're doing it properly, like
Mm-hmm.
most people, they feel better when they do, the proper workouts. They feel better. They see themselves getting stronger, getting leaner, more
Mm-hmm.
definition. Um, so the fact that you're here 2 years later, visibly seeing definition in your abs, about to hit 9% body fat, like
Yeah.
awesome, man, setting a great example. I appreciate you for being in the group, being setting a good example for other people. And that's pretty much it. I mean, is there anything else that you wanted to mention or kind of go over?
Yeah, I think it's good for, I get asked this a lot, and I read stuff online all the time, and it's like, what do I do to get here? Why do you take baby steps?
Yeah.
And you can only get so far on your own,
Yeah.
and even anything in life, if you get a new job, you don't just run into it knowing. You got to get trained on it.
Yeah.
Anything. If you go from, if you drive to a city or somewhere that you're not familiar with, you can be like, oh, I can find it. It's like, no, you look for directions. We as men need to look for directions.
Yeah.
Like, quit being stubborn. Ask somebody for help. You can only get so far on your own. And then if you want to, take it from there and go from there. Cool. Take what you learn, go from. But
Yeah.
just everybody in this world needs guidance at
Yeah.
some point in life.
Everyone, I feel like everyone who is really successful at something, whether it's like business and making money, or whether it's, getting shredded, getting ripped, or playing a sport like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, like those guys have coaches. It's like all these guys have mentors and coaches, and I think everyone can benefit from someone holding them accountable, giving them the right blueprint and strategies to accelerate their progress, maybe even speed it up a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when I started working out about 8 years ago, I didn't really know what I was doing. And
Mm-hmm.
and I was willing to put in the work just like you were. I would spend 6 days a week at the gym, and I wasn't seeing much progress after a couple of years. And the reason was that I just didn't know like how to optimally train and how to eat. And once I actually started, having someone coach me, is when I took it to the next level and started to actually realize that there was kind of a strategy to it. So yeah, I think that you're right. I think a coach can not only keep you on the right track, but kind of speed up that learning curve and speed up the trial and error process.
Yeah.
Because they've proven that hopefully they'll have a system and that's proven to work with other people and themselves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, awesome to chat with you. Just as we kind of wrap up here, like last kind of final thoughts, like what would you say to the person who maybe is watching this right now, or whenever they're watching it, and is in a similar situation to what you were before, right? Maybe have hit a little bit of a plateau, trying all these things, trying Beachbody, trying to eat more consciously. Like what would you say to your past self, or that person?
Just do what I did. Just seek help. Take baby steps. Learn that it's not an overnight process. It's not it's not really know that it's going to be month to month. Know it's going to be year to year, and just but yeah, just keep things simple. Start small and then progressively get bigger. Seek help. Just go for it. Take that chance.
Yeah,
Take
I like that. I like that thought of taking things step by step. Like
yeah.
people, I often see focus on so much. There's so much information out there. They have all these different things that they're trying to focus on when really what they should just simply be doing is, right in front of them. Like do one thing at a time, and yeah, seek help, seek actual guidance. Like it's
Yeah.
one thing like you tried like to just buy a program online or a Beachbody program where you're not really getting help from anybody. It's just
Yeah.
something that you have to do on your own. But actually seek out help from somebody, whether it's like a personal trainer at your gym or someone who's qualified. Me,
Yeah.
I'm happy to help if you're watching this. I'm an easy target. But it doesn't have to be me, right? It could be Kyle. It could be somebody else that is qualified, that you trust, that can point you in the right direction, maybe has done what you're looking to do or has helped people do what you're looking to do. So if this conversation has resonated with you and you want to check out the Modern Man program, you can go to modernmanprogram.com. You'll see Kyle's video testimonial there. You'll see some of the other guys. I have to update it because there's newer ones now, but you'll see like the experiences that the guys have had. Not just me talking about how great it is, but it will also show you like what's involved in the program and what it entails. So yeah, modernmanprogram.com if you want to check out what that's about and what we've been talking about.
And to all them, feel free to contact me.
Yeah,
I would love to talk to you
on
guys.
Facebook.
Yeah, add me, message me. Absolutely, yeah. I would love. Yeah, I can't stress it enough. Fitness-wise, life-wise, the best decision I ever made.
Yes.
I'm not going back. Yeah.
Can I get that in writing?
Very best is yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing your story. Who knows? This could help someone maybe join us and change their life, transform, just like you. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But again, appreciate you. I'm gonna close out the video here. Hope you have a great Saturday, and I'll see you guys next time. And Kyle, I'll see you next time as well.
You too. See you, Jesse.